One very practical skill for guitar players is to be able to change keys. This is especially helpful if you want to play guitar and sing, or if you're playing guitar for somebody else who's singing. That's because certain keys are better for the singer than others. Also, there are some things when you're playing, they just work better in certain keys than others. So one way to do this, and a very useful way, is to memorize a little graph like this. So what I've done is I've written out the scales for the 5 most popular keys that guitar players use: C, G, D, A, and E. And I've written out the scale for each of these. There's 7 notes in each. Up top, I wrote the number for each scale degree. In other words, C is the first note, D is the second note in the key of C. If you're talking about the key of G, G would be the first note. And underneath that, I don't know if you can see that, I have little Roman numerals. And that's very common in music, because especially when you're talking about chords, the Roman numeral gives you a chance to make a capital Roman numeral for a major chord and a small baby Roman numeral for minor chords. So that's enough theory for right now. I'm going to choose the 1 chord in each key, the 4 chord in each key, and the 5 chord in each key. Why? Because there are so many songs created with those 3 chords in the key. So for example, if I were to play a song in the key of C, and I use the C chord, the F chord, and G chord, and I wanted to play the song, let's say in the key of G, I could take the 1 chord from the key of G and replace it every time there was a C chord in the song. I take the 4 chord in the key of G, a C, and replace it every time there was an F chord. And the same with the D. Every time I saw a G in the key of C, I'd replace it with the D. Sometimes I'll take a piece of sheet music and I'll actually write out, I'll cross off the C's and put G's, I'll cross off the F's, so I don't have to necessarily do it right in my head. But once you get used to this, you can, especially if the song is simple with just 3 chords. It's fairly easy to memorize the 3 major chords in each of these 5 keys and then just shift on the spur of the moment. Now, I want to give you an example with the guitar. First of all, a good way to practice this is to play the 1, 4, 5 chords in each of the keys. And I'm going to go in order, starting with C. By the way, there's a little pattern here. I'm going to point it out to you. In the key of C, the 5 chord is G, and that's the next scale. Again, the 5 chord in the key of G is D, and that's the next scale. This is related to the circle of fifths, which I won't go into right now, but there are patterns here that I want you to see. Also, by the way, it has to do with the number of sharps in the key. You start with no sharps, 1 sharp, F sharp, 2 sharps, 3 sharps, and 4 sharps, and so on. So let's start off with the key of C. We'll go to the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and then back to the 1 chord. So that's a 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5. Or in this case, C, F, and G. By the way, you can get the most out of this if you play along with me, but just listening will really help also. Now, in the key of G, the 4 chord will be G, A, B, C, and the 5 chord will be D right after it. Okay, let's go on to the next one, G, A, B, C, D, the 5 chord. We'll do now the key of D, D, E, F, G, A, and D. 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, and 5. Next, D, A. Now A is the 1 chord, D is the 4 chord, and E is the 5 chord. And back to A. And finally, we're going to go on to the key of A, B, C, D, E, the 5 chord, E. A. I'm going to use B7 because it's easier to play than B and it's very commonly used. And back to E. Now, here's an example of changing keys. I'll use a very simple song, Happy Birthday. So let's say I'll start off in the key of C. Happy birthday. That's low. I'll raise it up an octave. Happy birthday to you. 5 chord. Happy birthday to you. That's really high for me. Let's lower it. C, let's go back. C, B, A. Let's try that. Key of A. So I know the 1, 4, 5. It's a 1, 4, 5 song. So A, B, C, D, and E. Here we go. Happy birthday to the 5 chord. Happy birthday. Back to the 1 chord. happy birthday. Here comes the 4 chord. Birthday, happy birthday. That's still kind of high to you. 1, 4, 5. I'm going to go down a key. Back from A is G. Here we go. Happy birthday. That's better. To the 5 chord. G, A, B, C, D. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I know the 1, 4, 5, but I'm counting for your sake. 4 chord is C. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please, if you liked it, give me a like and leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you're thinking. Take care for now. I'm Thomas Michaud from Real Guitar. Bye.